every year I always wanted to win, and the expectations have been the same every year, so the disappointments have been the same every year. I used to have this ritualistic drive where I would get up, study, eat, sleep basketball. After multiple years of failure, injuries, and letdowns, I used to pick up the ball no matter where it was played, what time it was, who was on the court. I for sure was going to enjoy my time playing the game. I remember after failing so much where I felt like no matter what I tried to break these conflicting maneuvers, I, for the first time, didn't care enough to study, eat, and sleep basketball. It was an unsettling thought, and I didn't like that feeling. I went to this dark, existential moment where I was like, what is even the point in life? I think the goal in this project is to show what goes into a decision when an athlete goes through when the cheers stop, whistle stop, scheduled routine stop, and when the ball stops bouncing. It's more like I always try to find my purpose, and for the clear vision that I got going on right now is now that I understand what my purpose is in society, which is to influence the youth. Might be a little cliche that, a lot of people want to follow this trend of they want to, be a figure of helping the youth, either from distance, in person, or digitally on the phone. But, for me, I kind of like, not kind of, I always had that. Since everybody knows, obvious, like I love basketball. Um, so with basketball, I always look at it as like after high school, like before high school, it's all about participation awards. So then when after high school's over, like it's just business. So you kind of like have to like have this clear mind and understand that like, look, there's a lot of hungry people in this world that want it more than you. And I'll be honest, like I didn't really want hoop like that. So came to that clear vision of understanding I didn't want it as much. I actually stepped away from it more than I actually thought I would be. So, and there's nothing wrong with trying to get life experience and expand your intellectuality. But it comes to a point in time, like when you start growing and like your competitive nature kicks in, and now all of a sudden you don't want to run away from that competitive nature. So I would say it all started off with like within last year, I was playing with this ABA team. Obviously we're nationally ranked, but then it was like I had like other things going. So with those other things going, I was working, I was coaching and training, but then also on the side, I was actually playing basketball too. So it was just like when I started getting the iron sharpens iron situation, because like I would be honest, like I was the worst person on the team. Not well, I would say I was the least experienced, and I would say I had like potential to be like at the level with those guys, but it just had to take a lot of time, a lot of reps. So to be clear, is that competitive nature kicked in, and I start seeing the responses that I actually been looking forward to since I even started playing basketball. Because mainly, like when I played basketball, it was always like I had to be strong minded, not like keep stuff to myself, but like I had to be self motivated because nobody else was gonna do it for me. So it was like I didn't really ask for that either. So I didn't really have a problem with doing work by myself or getting motivated, not needing somebody to motivate me to get up and do some work. The early mornings and the late nights, that's always been in me. So the early mornings and late nights stopped when I was in college. So maybe if I would have worked hard, no, not a maybe. I actually know if I would have worked harder, then yeah, basketball would have been a different career path for me. But I actually like this path because when I had the love for the game in high school, and when I got some life experience, I wouldn't say the game was naturally there because I was focusing on other stuff. So, and this is by the time when I was 19 years old, and going tomorrow to being 25 years old, I actually got a clear thought of what I want to do in life. And like I said, to be transparent, it's more about it's about me. And I feel like I put in a lot of time in helping kids. I mean, I could still put in that time, but what a lot of people tend to think is when they look at me as like, oh, influencer, oh, coach, oh, trainer, oh, big brother. Not saying I don't appreciate that level of respect I get from a lot of people. It's just now I'm on to other things. And those other things is I want to influence from distance, and that's continuing playing with basketball. Like I said, as soon as when I got back into competitive nature, like all that just like came back. So it was kind of like it was hard not to run away from that because I don't want to be just known as a guy that plays at 24 Fitness or In Shape or all these public gyms, and that would just be my professional ball, or that would just be my university. Yeah, I know. Joke. 24 University, In Shape University, name it all. That's not, nah. So with this path, I have been trying and working really hard on trying to be healthy. I would say the journey is always going to be about, you know, through these walls you have to break. And the walls I had to break is one, definitely was up here. And number two was definitely my foundation. My foundation typically has to start with my sleeping habits, my eating habits, where I put my mind into things. So in my mind, it was more like, okay, I would say I was not very responsible. I actually thought it was okay for me to, eat bad, wake up late, and work out and do all these things. But at the same time, like, because the type of passion I have, like I have all these role models that I have interest in, and all my role models from the celebrities to the family members, what they all have in common is early mornings, late nights. So being precise, right? You wake up early in the morning and you just like half-ass and you just like shoot around the basket and you're not getting like a full sprint game like situations that right there. That's what I do. So with that being said, through the last 3 years, it's always been at the time when I got injured, I had developed patellar tendonitis. Patellar tendonitis is just it's not basically like an injury that can happen like on its own. It's like premeditation of things that I've done for my knee to be this bad. So it has to do obviously with the sleeping, the eating, my workout habits. Like I was putting on good weight, muscle and everything. But then as soon as when I got injured and developed the patellar tendonitis, it's been I just been resting. So I actually took the thought of like listen to doctors. They said ice and rest, and that's what I did. Didn't get better. I just re-aggravated it even more. Um, and so I had to be like a lot smarter. So like within these last 3 years, well 4 years now, it's been the same problem. So I would say last year was like the final straw. It was like I was playing a game, dribbling down, pass left, down screen to the right, and it wasn't even a hard pass or a hard move. It was like a simple pass, simple cut, and boom, just happened. So that transition, it was like, damn, like wow, like it's happened again. So what I had to inform myself was you did something wrong. So when that injury happened, I already knew because last year I was going vegan. It was strictly so the type of vegan I was going with, it was just no meat. That's all. Like I had everything else. I went through a 4 month period of just eating stuff that didn't relate with meat. Um, so and during that month when I got injured, I was eating bad. Like I was eating meat, but then also I was going out. Like I was probably eating French fries on a daily, but then that's not good for my foundation. So I would say what led to that injury was because of my poor foundation, and one, I didn't really stretch. I think I wasn't drinking enough water throughout the time. So it's like it's very calculating, and the reason why it's calculating because what people don't understand is like when you play this sport, guards have to be very calculated on things, what they have to put in their body because we're already marked off on a lot of things. So there's like no room for error. So I would say for me, it's always going to be about being calculated. There's like 7 things I have to do in a day before I like when I'm trying to get my mindset to play basketball. Because right now I'm at a point it's like I'm not like as young as like I used to be, like being able to wake up late, hop on, being able to jump and run and stuff. And now it's like I'm actually being humbled through this process. So being humbled in this process, it's always been about waking up, do your yoga, knee recovery, ice heat, compression, elevation, do your your daily stuff, what you got to do as far as what you do in life, and then you got to stretch again, play, stretch your knee again, ice heat, elevation, compression, repeat. So through COVID, it's always been about recovery, 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 recovery. And through the recovery process, I actually gained knowledge within the recovery process of what everybody goes through. So like obviously throughout the time I was in school for National of Academy of Sports Medicine, and what that has done has helped me and allowed me to take knowledge of how to help athletes become better athletes. So I would say through history, with basketball, since it's now starting to get competitive like a lot younger instead of being a lot later when we're like when you're older and you get in high school, more injuries for the knees start to develop. So for my purpose is to help people that have these chronic issues with hips, knees, and ankles, and for me to elevate that. So when I elevate that, and when my influence and when my audience see that, oh wow, no, this guy had really bad knees. No, like look, I had really really bad knees. Like I got checked by regular doctors. This is me being irresponsible, but for the last 3 years, I got checked once each year, and they all came out with the same result. They all said you just have patellar tendonitis. You just got to rest. No, they're not being more in depth. So I had to do the research myself, which possibly you should do anyways. But then you have this trust within doctors. I'm not trying to say don't trust your doctor. They're gonna come with all these different scenarios of what's really wrong with your hips or what's wrong with your knees, but still trust your doctor. But then I'm just telling you from my experience. My experience is always going to be about advocate yourself and understanding what's going on with your body. One, you always go to your doctor, but if like everybody says like, oh, all the answers are on the phone, all the answers on the phone. So I actually took initiative for that. So when I started to see these symptoms and things that I could relate to what's going on with my knee, and the doctor says other. So it's like, yeah, I have no choice. So I actually connected with people that were specialists with knee problems. I would say I'll give it to my sports therapist, good friend of mine, Drew, the knees over toes guy, PJ performing, PJ Performance. I think his first name is Paul and last name is like Favorites, Paul Favorites. So I used all their methods into one, and it has helped me. So what everybody's gonna understand is when you're going through this pain, there you can't do the spikes. So like me, I was playing. So I'm used to playing like 2 to 3 games a day, blah blah blah. But when I take that rest time and I do nothing for the 2 weeks, when you do nothing for the 2 weeks, summertime happened. I was just going through the recovery process for like a whole 3 months, 2 months. I forgot what it was. And then there was like an event going on at a park where it was like a 3-on-3 game. And I haven't played in 3 months, so it was like, okay, like as soon as when I start playing, like I'm gonna try to be me. And what not everybody understands is like when you have this pain, you can play, but you can't really like be yourself. So like me, I've always been able to play 95 feet defense, run and jump, score on weird angles, and when you got this pain bothering you, but it's allowing you to go up and down, not the pace that you want, you kind of get, you get restricted on doing a lot of things. And that's what I never wanted people to look at me as like I was like marked off injury. I was actually better off being told that I sucked because it just motivated me to get my knee right. So through that process, it was like, okay, you got to recover faster. You got to recover better. You got to recover better. So like, what other choice did I have? So with that being said, I want everybody to understand when you're going through an injury, recover, 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 recover. Because, with this lifestyle, it's never going to be about, who comes first. Or, I mean, who started off quicker. It's always who ends it. So with me, I'm still in this marathon because with this sport that I want to, be successful in, participate in, it's about a marathon. There's going to be L's, there's going to be W's every day. So me, I feel like I always got to win. And with my advantage is that my mind is way ahead of my competition. So it's like, as soon as when I get my knee right, what else can stop me? Because my maturity level with basketball is a lot different. I would say throughout this last year or 2 years, I would say these last 2 years, my mind with basketball is a lot different. Like now, I see joy within being able to play my sport because before then, I lost my passion for it because of the recovery process. There's days where I felt good, and then there's days that I just don't feel good. I remember one time I was training with my siblings, maybe like 2 months ago, and I was just trying to do split lunges. And then, through the recovery process, and there was just that day I just couldn't bend my knee and get in a split squat. So like, me being competitive and me wanting to win, I flipped out. I kicked a couple of stuff in the garage. I cussed myself out. And there was a point I just gave up. So like the last 2 years, yeah, I've thought about quitting, but at the same time, I'm a Ragsdale. I don't quit. So this is just my field where I'm gonna be at, and I'm Titus Ragsdale. I don't quit. So I'm literally gonna stop playing basketball when I feel like it. I can't. To the people that have been struggling with depression, dilemma, with an injury, confusion of where life takes place and in what you really want to do. Me, I feel like you just got to put your big boy pants on. I looked at people like my dad and then Kobe Bryant, like if you try to do something what you want to do, you got to fuse it all together and you got to suck it up and understand that there's late nights and early mornings, or vice versa, early mornings and late nights. Get your ass up 4 in the morning, put in your craft. If you want to put in some more, stay up. My teammates last year taught me that. My dad has taught me that since I was born. Kobe Bryant has taught me since I got into basketball. So it's like, this is something you want to do. You got to put in early mornings and late nights. My dad worked graveyard when I was in high school. So when I was in high school, I noticed it. I was like, man, if my dad's putting in time through graveyard, I got to put in time through graveyard. Waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, get shots up, get some work in before you go to school. Like now I'm doing currently, like I am super happy that I'm able to do that. Super happy that I'm able to run up and down the court, shoot, run and jump, touch the backboard, touch the net, touch rim. So, but you know, this is my time that I don't need validation from people. It's my time that I connect with myself and I love myself. So I'm starting to have a relationship with myself. I'm starting to love myself every day. So with that being said, like that's what this whole series is about. You know, what happens when the ball stops bouncing? The ball stopped bouncing for me when I stopped working hard, flat out. I was not gifted with abilities from the jump to start dunking and the abilities to have crazy handles and a crazy shot. I had to work for everything. So, and I got lost with that. Like I felt like I had natural ability, athletic ability, natural speed, natural handles, natural jumper, but nah, I had to work for all this. So, and that's what this whole grind is about. Everybody gotta understand, you know, and especially with my kids that I train, when you work out with me, the grind don't stop. We go 5 days, 7 days, 6 days a week. And we put in tremendous amount of workouts. Like me, I work out 4 times a day. Early mornings, sometimes middle of the day, late nights. So, you know, I thank everybody for taking the time to view this, understand, you know, where my passion lies in and where I'm at. I actually appreciate all the coaches, all the recruiters, everybody that has played a role in my life. I want to thank Phil, definitely Phil, Coach Phil. You know, he and I have a unique relationship because he understands where my place is at with kids. He understands where my passion is at with basketball. So it's like he came with open arms, wanting to help me. This journey that they have created for me. So now they put in their resources into. They gave me the resource. Now it's time for me to take all Ryan Mitchell, go somewhere with Wilson. I think Coach. Now, guys, like I just think my dad here, Rex. So thank you guys for watching this video. I can't wait for this to upload. I know it's taking, it took a long time for me to post this. It was better for me to say this better because my birthday is tomorrow. I'll be 25 years old. 25 is done. 3 more quarters to live. And everybody's going to understand there is enough time for you to grind. Enough time. No matter how many conflicts I went through, all the downs, times I've cried, times I wanted to give up, it's always led me back to my why. And my why is to influence the youth, influence my siblings, and influence myself to know that where I came from, not a lot of people would try to continue. And from that on, it's a marathon and the grind don't stop.
Yeah. I've been second guessing what my worth is. Know that I ain't worthless, but my brain is steady working. I'm hurting for an answer, cause my future's so uncertain. The pressure weighing heavy, gravity is steady lurking. Dreams unfulfilled, cause I never paid the bill. If I'm really being honest, I ain't never climbed that hill. If I could just keep it real, I've been flunking tests of will. Couldn't sit behind in class, and now I'm staying after bell. Rebel with no cost. I need some go yard. Something that's made with face like I'm that go, I go off. Rebel with no cost. I need some go yard. Something that's made with face like I'm that go, I go off. Now I'm about to work no hesitation. Now I'm about to work no hesitation. I'll be there in some weeks. Yeah, my future's so bright. Yeah, my future's so bright. I illuminate the glow so you can't even see at night. Yeah, my my future's so bright, yeah, my future's so bright. I illuminate the glow so you can say I see the light, yeah.
Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. Now my heart feel like December when somebody say your name. Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day, yeah. Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday, yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your. Memories bring back your. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost, and I felt all of the hatred was too powerful to stop. Now my heart feel like an ember and it's lighting up the dark. I'll carry these torches for you, and you know I'll never drop. Yeah, everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday, yeah, yeah. But everything gon' be alright. Gonna raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back your.